How much can you make crypto mining in the background with your desktop PC with NiceHash? This system is a 5950X CPU RTX 3080 that's been crypto mining with NiceHash in the background for 3 weeks now. There's the NiceHash quick miner window, excavator window. Currently mining away at 78.4 mega hash. Gives efficiency of around 350. So obviously some of the system load is not being taken up by mining because I have got plenty of programs open. Look at that, all those browser tabs. So how much can you make? How much have I made in 3 weeks? And how does it calculate into a monthly expected revenue? First of all, obviously when you're mining, you limit the total power usage of the GPU so it doesn't overheat. And here we've got a hardware info monitor that keeps track of the system temps. GPU power is pegged at a maximum of 231 watts, otherwise it will go up to a maximum of 370. So that's to reduce the amount of electricity used. And here you can see when I stop mining, it drops to around 50 watts normal usage. With mining, it's at the maximum of 230 watt, and junction memory temperatures around, it's 96 currently. And there we got the GPU fan at 77%, and the other stats there. Basically, I've limited the amount of power the GPU uses to 231 watts maximum, and actual power limit on the RTX 3080 TUF is around 370 watts, so I have restricted it quite a lot, but it doesn't affect use of the computer because it is a powerful GPU. So how much have I made in 3 weeks? Take a note, I'm controlling the wattage, amount of power expended. It's currently using what? So 230 minus 50 base, that gives you around 180 watts the GPU is using purely for mining. I'm not mining with the CPU, as you can see. CPU is not under load. Temps are well under control. And the amount I made in 3 weeks is £117.27 at the current Bitcoin exchange rate. There's the total Bitcoins, 0.00278% of a Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin prices are crazy. I think it's around £44,000 now. Just remember, you know, it used to be 10,000 Bitcoins was equal to about $10. That's what it used to be. Now 0.03, not even 1%, is equal to £117. That's how much I made in revenue. But how much is it after electricity cost? Now here you can see the electric cost for the GPU in mining is 180 watts, but I'm going to round it up. I'm going to round it up to 200 watts. I like to be conservative, so I get a buffer, a realistic buffer. So the electricity cost is 200 watts per hour for mining. And if I put those numbers in, what do I get? I get this table here. £117. That translates into £5.59 revenue per hour. No, is it per hour? No, per day. Won't be per hour. Yeah, so it's per day. And I'm using 2 watts per hour. And the electricity cost is 18 pence per kilowatt hour. I'm being conservative again. The actual cost is lower because roughly 6 hours in the night it drops to about, what's it dropped to, about 11 pence, 12 pence, maybe 13 pence, I don't know exactly, but I know it's 18p per kilowatt hour usual. That gives me the total kilowatt hour usage over 24 hours is 4.8 kilowatt hours. That would cost at 18 pence 86p, and that means the net daily profit is average over 3 weeks is £4.73. For this computer, crypto mining in the background at currently now 78 megahash is earning me £4.73 per average each day that it's mining in the background, and it doesn't affect regular usage at all, not at all. What about the system? The total system draw is 375 watts. So if I said, you know, the system as a whole, now obviously I'm using this, but I'm not using it 24/7. Although even before I did crypto mining, I used to leave the computer on anyway. It would go into sleep mode though, so power consumption would drop. Now it doesn't go into sleep mode. So the total system wattage is 375 watts per hour. That means cost is £1.62, and then the net profit would be about £4. So the fact that I leave the system on, I'm still making a net profit of £4 per day as opposed to £4.73 if it's just a GPU calculation. So like I said, I would leave the system on anyway, even if I wasn't mining. It saves, you know, I've got so many tabs open, I don't want to mess around reloading everything. So I basically just reboot once a fortnight to clean Windows, because it does stack up a lot of garbage. Anyway, the system profit is still about £4. Now does that translate into monthly profits? Well, 1 month profit for the GPU is £144, $200. System £121, $170. Now I'd go with the system. Well, this is what I pay attention to. These are actual profit, but I am being conservative. I always like to be conservative so I don't lose money at all. For this computer system in the background, mining in the background, no, not under heavy load, because everything's well fine-tuned using MSI Afterburner. Yeah, I'll bring up my settings, what settings I'm using. Yeah, there's the MSI Afterburner. So power limit is 68% of the card's TDP. Core clocks down clock by 200, memory clocks overclocked by 600 megahertz, that is. So I've basically the 68% of potential, although you can overclock this card by about 10%. So I have restricted the card so that it uses less energy, but because it's so powerful, the RTX 3080, it does not affect usage. But I'm powering 3 screens from the card and it does not affect usage. Anyway, where was that? Yeah, £120 per month. That's $170 profit per month. Crypto mining in the background. That is a significant amount of free money. It is free money because that's profit for just basically having NiceHash running in the background. So if you've got a decent graphics card, say AMD 5000 series upwards or a Nvidia RTX 2000 series upwards, that's basically within the last 4 years. Got the GPU within the last 3 years, then you should be able to mine profitably with it. I don't know if you're going to make as much as $170 on the system per month profit. That depends on what your system GPU is. It depends on the GPU, but you know, it's not going to be far off. If you say got a 2080 Ti, it's not going to be far off that. And how does it translate into 6 months? Look, in 6 months this system will make me about £730. In a year, nearly £1,500. £1,500 in 1 year, just crypto mining in the background. That is shocking. And when I think of that, obviously that depends on the price of Bitcoin as well. If it crashes to 1/10, well, that would probably mean all these profits will be wiped out. It'll be 1/10. The earnings will be 60p. It can, I don't think it'll crash to 1/10, but Bitcoin price is very volatile. So whilst the party goes on, I'm going to continue crypto mining as long as it's profitable. And that means that if you're going to do crypto mining, well, you could check out the link in the description to take you to NiceHash Quick Miner, which is this, and it's one click to install and get mining. So it's not complicated. You know, just download, install, and that's it. Create an account with your email address and you're off. Well, it does mean, because the volatility in Bitcoin, when you mine, and you get these Bitcoin balances and they convert into a large amount of money, you might want to consider spending your Bitcoins rather than accumulating. Spend them. So remember, this is not, mining is not linked to the price of Bitcoin. When you're mining, the higher the price, the better. So it's opposite of, you know, trying to buy Bitcoin. You're not buying it, you're mining it. So you want the price to be high, because that's when it's extremely profitable, like it is now. On the downside, over time, it gets more and more difficult to mine each cryptocurrency. For instance, this is mining, it's not saying it here, but you might say, no, it's not saying it there. It's actually mining Ethereum. It's not mining Bitcoin. What's happening, it mines in Ethereum and then it gets converted into Bitcoin, which is what you want. You don't want to hold you know, one of the other currencies, other cryptos like Ethereum. You just want Bitcoin because you can spend it anywhere. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to regularly withdraw my Bitcoins to Coinbase and then either spend them on, because lots of services where it's profitable to spend using Bitcoin, either give you a discount. Let's say if you pay with Bitcoin, you get, say, 20% off, 30% off. You also get an extra boost. So I'm going to be firstly looking at spending my Bitcoin, and then if nothing pops up, then I'm going to look at converting into, just transferring to my bank account from Coinbase. So that's my plan, to earn, what is it, £120 per month from Bitcoin, just mining in the background. I'm not going to just leave it in Bitcoin. You know, once I see something and I've got enough Bitcoins accumulated, I'm just going to buy it with that. Or say if it gets to, say, £250 and I've not bought anything, I'm just going to convert it to pounds and transfer it to my bank account. That's what I suggest you should do. If you're going to mine in the background, don't let the Bitcoins accumulate. Spend them, because the Bitcoin price is volatile. You know, it could easily crash by 80%. What was that, $60,000? It would probably be under 15,000. That's not a forecast. I'm just saying that's what it tends to do. It's volatile. It has booms then busts. But the mining is not Bitcoin price dependent. That's on difficulty. And obviously all cryptocurrencies are relative. So it's not a case the Bitcoin price will crash and the Ethereum price won't. It doesn't work like that. They would all crash together. And in fact, in relative terms, Bitcoin would be more expensive, because the more obscure the crypto, the harder it would crash, because the more speculative the interest. So if Bitcoin did crash by 80%, Ethereum would probably crash by 90%. That would make it even less profitable to mine. As long as it stays profitable to mine in real money, that's, you know, fiat currency, then continue mining as I am, and I'll update my progress as I go along. Crypto mining in the background with a NiceHash, easy, and it's generating, you know, shockingly easy money, which is why I am going to spend this money. You know, in a less than a week, you'll be, well, I'll say I'll wait till it gets to 150. In about a week, you'll be seeing a video saying, oh, how to transfer money to Coinbase and spend it, or transfer to your bank account. So one thing you should not do is accumulate Bitcoin, especially at this time. You know, it's maybe if it crashes, you could look into buying Bitcoin. Yeah, there's that, but it would not be profitable. If Bitcoin crashed by 8%, it would not be worth it. You know, you might make some small profit depending on your GPU, but it would not be like now where I'm making, say, what, £4.73 on the GPU and £4 on the system. It'd probably be 1/10 that, not worth it. You know, when you got a £3,300 system, it's not worth making 40 pence per day. What's that? About £10 a month. It's not worth it. Yeah, it won't be worth it. Even though it's not affecting you, so all you get is the extra fan noise. I would rather not make £10 a day and have to put up with extra noise. And then I could ramp up. Yeah, if I wasn't mining, I would put the GPU back to 100%. That doesn't mean that it would be constantly running at 370 watts. That means if it needed the wattage, it would pull it. So I would put that back. Fan noise would be virtually silent. So that's what I would do if it crashed by 80%. I would stop mining. I would want to see at least a £50 profit per month to mine. If it's less than 50, I wouldn't do it. But it's currently £120 on the system. Well, at least £50 on the GPU I would want to see. Currently it's 120 on the system. You know, what? It's free money at the moment. So do check out my next video when I withdraw and spend the Bitcoin. Probably get something like, we'll have to look at something that gives you a hefty discount for using Bitcoin. Now, I do use stuff like Modafinil, and they do tend to give discounts, so maybe I'll go with that. So there you go. That's my 3-week update of how much you can make with NiceHash, and it's significant. You know, it converts to £140, $200 per month, or even more conservatively, £120, $170 per month. Do subscribe for more personal finance, money saving and making videos from the UK. Zoom in to show you where I am. In we go. Oh. Don't you go all fuzzy on me now. That's the virus. It's shrouded in a cloud of uncertainty. Alright, then we're somewhere in the middle of there.